Cars.co.za.
Keep your adventure alive, because when it comes to finding the right part at the right price, there's just no place like Midas for the love of cars.
I'm Quinsley Sale, and this is my R35. I bought the car in 2013, August 23rd, which was the lowest mileage one I could find at the time. I didn't want a black car, and I can't think of any better color now. Previously to this, I had a 33 that I brought in, and then a 34, and it made sense at the age of 35 to buy a 35. I had done quite a lot of work on the 33 and 4. I promised myself not to do anything to this car because it was perfect, inverted commas, in my mind. And when I got it, I realized it wasn't everything I had hoped it would be. And then from then, exhaust, and then from then, it just evolved. It started off with exhaust and software, and then we started breaking parts in the car. Engine gave some trouble initially, but gearbox went first. Fixed that, raced it a few times, found some also more teething problems. We just kept on learning as we broke things. It eventually evolved into just being used for Hillclimb. It's been to the track a few times. We did obviously a lot of modifications area-wise eventually to get the times down rather than power. But yeah, it's a street legal car. We drove to Hillclimb in it, drove back in it, but yeah, predominantly used there or on track. One of the first hill climbs we did was when the car was stock standard. We were in the standard, the four-wheel drive class. We did a 44.1, I think it was, and that was enough to win the class. And then the next year they changed the rules a little bit, so we didn't have aero, but we were allowed to change the tires and the suspension setup. So we evolved into the higher class. I think we went about a second quicker or so, but once we put the aero on, it was about 2 or 3 seconds in the aero alone. Power figures were the same tires, same suspension, but yeah, we found about 2.5 to 3 seconds on aero. One of my favorite companies in Japan is Top Secret. This car's got all the adjustable arms underneath on it and quite a few little bits from them. Interior, we took out a lot of the sound deadening and the weight, speakers, amps, that's all out. The driver's floor area is all carbon. The dashboard panels and so on are all carbon as well. We've relocated the aircon unit to underneath the dash just to give us more space for buttons or anything that we might need to check gauges, racing, inverted commas things. I brought in a Cusco cage that was made in Japan for me with a cross brace in the back. It's a chromoly cage, so the lightest I could find at the time. I wanted to keep the idea authentic to the street car idea, not a welding cage, and also this was the lightest option. The seats we make, so we put in a set of R2 seats, the carbon interior panels and stuff we made ourselves, and we've got a carbon harness bar. Typically on these cars, well, they come out with a 9.5J, 10.5J rear, and I wanted a square setup, and to run a square setup, the front fenders aren't wide enough. So our fenders are 20 mils wider than normal, which allows us to fit on a rear wheel if you're running a standard wheel. But if you want to go bigger, obviously, then you've got the option. So this car's running 20 by 11s with 15 offset. And then we've managed to put a spacer on the back, 20 mils to get it to -5 offset. From a typical 35 exhaust to what we're running on this car, which is a 102 straight titanium exhaust. It's got a back box on it. From down pipes to mid pipe or center pipe to back box, we save 47 kilograms on the exhaust alone. So yeah, titanium just kind of makes sense. I've tried to keep to the theme of JDM as much as possible, as well as, I would say, Nismo or Nissan OEM parts that they will use, being it Nardi wheels and Recaros and things like that, typically. We built the carbon stuff for 2018 Hillclimb with the help of Kyle Engineers in Australia. He helped design the kit for us. We went to visit him. We were at Wartime Attack. So we chatted with him, with obviously being involved with us in the car. We did some drawings, some CFD stuff. Got a company in Durban to machine it or CNC the parts or panels for us, and then made everything here in Port Elizabeth. The hype around being involved with the Hillclimb when we were involved in it, and driving wise at least, was great, because there's a lot of people that are in love with it for, I suppose, different reasons, but at Hillclimb it almost seems like everyone's coming together for the same reason, and we're all trying to improve our time, we're trying to evolve the cars, and obviously we're trying to beat each other. And given that, I'd say it was great to have the car for that, and that was what it was built for, but owning the car now for me is enough, as weird as that sounds. I don't really enjoy driving it as much as I used to, because it's evolved to the point where it's really track focused.
Cars.co.za. Not only is Cars.co.za the best place to find your dream car, but it's also the easiest place to sell your current car. Check out the sell car section on our main website. Simply list your car's details and all of our dealers will take bids on your car. You just choose the highest price. Boom, your car's gone. On to your next one. Right, thanks very much for watching the video. Okay, I think I'm done. Yeah, I'm finished now.
Keep your adventure alive, because when it comes to finding the right part at the right price, there's just no place like Midas. For the love of cars.